Well, church family, I'm standing here in the Hamill Welcome Center, which is a very familiar place to all of us. And I have with me tonight Jeff Williams, who is the chair of our master planning committee. And actually, Jeff was on the pastor search committee that brought Cindy and I here years ago. And he is now chair of our master planning committee, helping to oversee Blessing the Generations. And I know, Jeff, this is not your first time to be on a building committee or a master planning committee. So when did that start for you at First Baptist?
Actually, when I was a young engineer in 1988 was my first start.
Okay. And what were we doing in 1988?
Well, actually, we were beginning to plan on what we were going to build next, and those projects were the Student Center, actually doing East Hall, and then we were doing a redo of the Worship Center. As you can see, we didn't get too far on the redo of the Worship Center there with it, but those were the three projects that we began working on there during that time. And it's amazing how far our facilities have come now, and it's God has really answered a lot of prayers.
Yeah, and you're still an engineer.
Yes, I am still an engineer, and an engineer who loves working on churches. You know, it just adds a whole another extra dimension for it, and especially when the church is your own.
That's right. Well, and church family, you know, of course, Jeff has been instrumental in so much of this for us. I mean, literally since the late 80s in helping us provide better facilities for our ministry. And so now we are about to start and then complete the fourth project in Blessing the Generations. And I know, Jeff, you're excited about it. I'm excited about it. And I'll tell you, church family, if you want to see the kind of a bullet point list of all the things we're going to get to do, technically, we've already approved this as a church when we voted on the master plan a few years ago. This project's already been approved, but what we need to do now as a church is at our business meeting on Sunday, we're going to approve the contract that we're going to enter into with Prim Construction so they can actually do the work. So that's what we're going to ask you to approve. And if you'll go to fbca.org/vote, go to that website, you'll see a bullet point list of the things that we're going to be able to accomplish in this fourth project. And you'll also see a concept drawing, and we also will have the recommendation that Jeff is going to be making on Sunday there. So if you want to see the details, go to that website. But Jeff, the highlights. I mean, we're going to widen hallways. Just talk through a little bit of that.
Well, Pastor, it was really a great day when you walked into our master planning committee and you said God had laid a vision on your heart that you wanted a project that would help all of the current generations and the future generations of our kids and our grandkids and our great-grandkids here. And of course, we have gone from the worship facility, which affects everyone there, and then moved to a children's building that is just an incredible tool that our teachers are going to be able to use and God is going to work. But yet, reaching the adults here, now we have an opportunity, and especially our senior adults. And so the opportunity for us is that we have vacated many of our children's classrooms that perhaps they need a little adapting here to take care of our seniors. So
I've been in a couple of those restrooms. I agree with you. I think they need to be changed.
They need to be worked on. And of course, restrooms are a part of this project. That's always one of the most asked questions. And yes, we are going to have new restrooms here in this part, but literally, in addition to the widened hallways, we will have classrooms that are specifically geared for our seniors. And then some of them will actually have hearing aid loops. We will have speakers and sound systems that we can take into the rooms there also. But the real key is this is a strategic location right beside the worship center and a place that our seniors can get in and out of very easily. And that was really the vision there when we were talking about it, that we wanted to make it easier for our seniors to get in here and not to have to go to the second or third floor to get to their classroom. So this will bring them down all on the first floor in great space. And then when we talk about getting in and out, Pastor, we're very excited about a new covered drop-off right in front of the church on Center Street.
That's going to be awesome.
You know, right now we geared the covered drop-off at the children's building. And of course, it was very well used before COVID hit, but yet it wasn't enough. We need more opportunities, even for the flow in our hallways and so forth, to really give people other options to be able to get in and out. And I think we're going to be able to take care of all of our church members so much better with the addition of this drop-off on Center Street. And yes, we will be replacing the accessible spaces that are there, but however, we will be able to service so many more of our senior adults with this covered drop-off. And then, of course, others will be able to use it too,
sure.
there through it. But it's going to be game changer space. And then we didn't quite finish, in several places. And when we come in here, the Lord has blessed us there with having some excess money so that we literally could, on the second floor, for instance, you will look down towards the children's building when you go to the second floor, and it looks great. We've got new carpet and paint. But then you look to the south, and it reeks of our 1980s stuff that were there, or even earlier.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to go down the other part of the hallway and finish off there the carpet and paint there in the second floor. And then the other thing that Pastor, you shared with us that Katie Seeley can't wait to get rid of the carpet where people eat.
That's right.
and to update the flooring in our fellowship hall. And of course, what an important place for all of us there to be able to do that. And then something that the master planning committee was just many times the choir room had been overlooked in the rehearsal room. Mm-hmm. And now this time we'll be redoing all of the surfaces in there, the flooring, wall covering, everything to really update that space. And very grateful to what's going on in the music department right now. And then we'll see how far the money can go. We've got a few other alternate projects that we may be able to do. But what this does is it truly finishes off our main building in a very meaningful way, touching all the generations.
Yeah, which is awesome, Jeff. And we're excited. I can just tell you, we've been involved in this for a number of years now, and your generosity is making it possible. So thank you for your generosity. So here's what you can do. As I said, go to the website. We'll put it on there for you so that you can find it, fbca.org/vote, and you can look at all the things that Jeff just talked about. You can see a concept drawing. You can see a bullet point list, kind of an explanation of what we're doing. And then you'll see a little button that'll say, ask a question or submit a question. And if you do that, you'll be taken to a page where there's a form for you, and you can just write your question and submit it. And so on Saturday morning, I'm going to go to Jeff's house, and he and I are going to take the questions that you've submitted, and we're going to answer those questions. And then you'll find that video posted on that very same site on Saturday afternoon, so that you'll be ready to vote on Sunday. And so on Sunday, if you're watching us online, what will happen is at the conclusion of the service, Jeff will make a recommendation from Master Planning Committee, and you will actually be able to go to that very same website, and you'll be able to cast your ballot. If you happen to be here that morning in one of our venues, you'll just vote live here on Sunday morning. And then sometime Monday, once we count all the votes, we'll be able to announce the final count to the church. So we're pretty excited about it. It's to me, it's something that we've just longed for, to get to this final project in this first phase of our master plan, and it really is going to bless the generation. So Jeff, thank you for all you've done. Thank you for your leadership and the committee, all their hard work, and our staff has worked right alongside you. It's really been a church-wide kind of endeavor, wouldn't you say, to get us where we are?
It has, Pastor. And then we've got a couple other praises real quickly. It's not part of blessing the generations, but the Student Center has been refurbished there with insurance money, and then in addition to that, work on the Wade building, and then the third floor space is going to get refurbished and really be great space there for our adult education too.
That's right. So, and yeah, it will position us, we think, for the future. To me, it'll be the best position we've been in facility-wise, at least since I've been your pastor. So,
amen.
Anyway, so thank you, Jeff. Thank you. And if you got a question, submit the question to us, and we'll look forward to answering those for you. And then we'll see you Sunday when we actually get to cast our ballot on this recommendation for our church.